Well, the Lakers just keep on rolling, winning their 7th game in a row and in truly dominant fashion, winning by about 25 points and never really looking in doubt against the Pelicans, and while doing it, making NBA history and Laker history, with LeBron cracking 50,000 points, the first to ever do it between the regular season and the playoffs, and not only that, but a 34-point game with it. And like I've said, a LeBron with a scoring mindset is truly a dangerous thing. I mean, talking about the playmaking version of him, that's pretty good, but when you simply let the guy be a scoring option and kind of be a second option behind Luka Doncic, that's a pretty dangerous thing and a very tough cover. And then for Luka Doncic, him making Laker history, becoming the 4th Laker of all time with a 30-point, 15-assist game, joining Jerry West, Magic Johnson, and LeBron James himself. So some pretty good company there and a pretty good stat line to have in only about his 10th game as a Laker. That's pretty incredible. Dropping 30 points and once again having a great first quarter, now averaging over 12 points per game in the first quarter with their team, by far the highest on their team and one of the highest in the entire league. I mean, his stat line during the first quarter alone, dropping 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, is a pretty damn good stat line for about 80 to 90% of NBA players, so what more can you say about the guy? Definitely comfortable with their team. I mean, again, making Laker history at this point, all around no longer hesitating, finding a shot, and definitely clicking with their team as well. But apart from Luka and LeBron here, definitely some good team performance, and gotta talk about Jackson Hayes here. Kind of a revenge game for him against the Pelicans, having 19 points and a perfect 8 of 8 shooting by halftime alone, 8 rebounds to go with it, finishing with a 20 and 10 game, nearly 20 points. You know, he actually didn't score after halftime, but they didn't really need it. That 19 points is a pretty good stat line for him alone, and then with the rebounding, the defense, which definitely does not get talked about enough either. Great game for Jackson Hayes, and definitely need to take a moment to appreciate him. And since the Anthony Davis-Luka Doncic trade, putting up about 8 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, over 1 block per game, and shooting a team-high 74.1% for the field. I mean, nothing that might jump out at you here, but definitely been a rock-solid player for the rotation and definitely what they needed at the 5 post-Anthony Davis. But then for a minor complaint about this game, definitely would have to be turnovers, and something they've had a bit of a problem with lately. By halftime alone, they had 9 of them, with Luka and LeBron combining for 8 of them, and that's a bit too much. They're trying to limit their turnovers to about 12 to 15 per game at most, and when you have about 9 by halftime, especially against a better team not like the Pelicans, that can tend to be a tough thing to overcome, and again, especially against a better opponent, so might be something to watch out for with them going forward. But then finally a mention for Jared Vanderbilt and Dalton Knecht, and for Dalton Knecht, simply getting his swagger back on the court, shooting confidently, no longer hesitating, knocking down some tough shots and not afraid to shoot them, having 13 points tonight, making 2 3-point shots, definitely running the break well, getting some dunks in the fast break, lobbing to LeBron and nearly getting one back in reciprocation, having fun out there, simply smiling and having a good time, finally looking comfortable and putting that past trade headline stuff behind him. Then for Jared Vanderbilt, I mean, I pretty much bring it up every game, but what more can you say about the guy? Simply an energy guy and simply a spark plug for their team. Everyone on the court for them, whether you're talking about defense, rebounding, offensive putbacks, altercations, he's even in those. And between him and Trey Jemison, definitely 2 first-team all dogs off their bench. Love to watch their energy, and especially for Jared Vanderbilt. I mean, where would they be without him at this point? Love watching the guy play, and they really feed off his energy out there. But with all of that being said, great team win for them tonight. Hopefully they can carry this over into their next game against New York, which definitely will be a tougher test. But with that in mind, I'll let you hear from JJ Redick about it and how they can carry this momentum forward.
First, ask you about the team. 18-4 in the last 22 ahead of this one, a 7th straight win. What's going well for you guys on the court right now?
We're just meshing. All right, ball. What's up? We're just trying to, continue to mesh well offensively and defensively, hold each other accountable, and I think it's working for us so far.
About 60 combined points and 20 combined assists for you and Luka. What are you seeing from him so far as he continues to get his experience as a Laker?
Just getting more and more comfortable. not only with the team, not only with the sets, but with everything, the fans, LA, and I think every day is going to get better and better for him, and obviously health-wise, he's getting better and better with his calf, so it's good for our team.
We learned today that it was your 41st Player of the Month award. Karl Malone was 37. It was the oldest previous to do it. How are you doing that at this level, at this stage?
Just taking care of my body, putting the work in, and then just staying true to the game. I've had an opportunity to play the game that I love, and I've always been true to it, so I want to always try to get back.
And the last one for you, it's we saw the 50,000 combined points today. I know you kind of think of yourself sometimes first as a passer, but 50,000 is a lot of points.
It is. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It's a hell of a lot of points, and I'm super blessed to be able to, put that many points up in there.
Just in trying to avoid being repetitive to like the previous wins that have had somewhat of a similar structure. What's the thing that stood out to you about tonight?
Every game is different, even if the other team scores between 99 and 102. Like, every game is different. They're all different. They all present their own problems. Like I said pregame, Zion obviously presents a lot of problems, and we made adjustments. He was moving tonight. I thought a big thing for us as we have gone through this season is, as of late, game plans have worked. So there's been no consternation. Tonight, we made 3 different adjustments on him. Didn't work. He was that good tonight. We didn't get discouraged. It didn't allow us to get frustrated offensively. It didn't take us out of our execution. We stayed very connected, even with some turnovers. I just thought our approach to the game was really good tonight.
I'm sure your analytics crew has certain numbers on it, but like the types of shots that Luka was creating, it seemed like it was either dunks, layups, or wide open threes. Did you get that sense? And then how does that make a team play?
Yeah, I mean, they tried a bunch of different coverages on him. Blitz, the red, the drop. He solved every riddle. And again, we're excited about the process when we get good shots, and I thought we were able to generate a lot of good shots tonight, and he was at the forefront of that. I thought Braun was fantastic. Jackson, again, organization, his spacing, being disciplined. When we were setting ball screens with him, I thought other than 2 possessions in the first half, we had the right spacing. When we weren't setting ball screens with him, he was in the dunker, and he was opposite the ball, and that led to some dunks. Jackson played really well tonight. And then off the bench, I mean, we get contributions from Shake, 2 big threes in the first half. I thought Vando's energy in the third quarter defensively really helped us stretch the game open. Gabe as well in that third quarter defensively was really good, and then Dalton hit some shots for us. So overall, just a good team win for us.
JJ, part of your task this year beyond just coaching the team has been establishing a program and core values and tenets. Where does the Luka and Vando sticking up for Dalton Connects kind of fit within what you're trying to establish?
It fits right in with it. I think 2 of those values that we emphasize are trust and respect. And I think having your teammates back builds trust, and showing a level of respect to your teammate when they're down and going in there and getting in the scrum is great. I think too, the Dalton, the LeBron dunk, and then LeBron trying the alley-oop back to him. I laughed. It was one of the few turnovers I think all season that I've laughed on. But I like the intent.
JJ, Mike asked you about the shot quality earlier. I think 31 of your first 42 or 43 field goal attempts for threes. You guys finished with the season high 52. We've asked about the 3-point volume or increased 3-point volume. Just what did you make of it tonight? And I guess how are you seeing these threes come? Are they the kind of threes you want to see this team take?
Yeah, I mean, going into this game, we knew that we were going to be able to take a ton of threes. Since Zion got back, they're 30th in three-point attempt rate. They really looked to pack the paint. We knew they were going to mix things up with Bron and Luka. Again, we felt like if we were disciplined with our spacing and made the right passes, we were going to, our code word, launch. We felt like we were going to launch tonight, and we did.